Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be reactions for Money in the Bank 2024. So I got 3 out of the 5 matches correct, which is overall for me is okay pay-per-view. So I did okay at the predictions, but overall the pay-per-view itself was good. So the first match of the night is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Jey Uso versus Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade versus Chad Gable versus LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre. Winner of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, Drew McIntyre. Which this was a total shock to me that Drew McIntyre was going to win the Money in the Bank. I definitely thought for sure either Jey Uso or LA Knight was going to win this year's Money in the Bank. But no, I ended up being totally wrong. Drew McIntyre, who's in a feud with CM Punk, who has a great feud, a main event worthy feud, won the Money in the Bank. So I can figure out a couple possible reasons why that could be, but I'm not going to say it in the video. But yeah, Drew McIntyre wins the Money in the Bank. I think I was looking at social media during the Money in the Bank ladder match, and people said, well, Drew McIntyre won the Money in the Bank. When is Jey Uso going to get his big moment in the main event? I mean, they do call him main event Jey Uso, but they can never give him the big win. When are they going to give it to him? I mean, at last year's SummerSlam, he fought Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship, and he lost that match because of his brother Jimmy. And then he lost to the Intercontinental Championship match against Gunther because of Jimmy Uso. And he loses the Money in the Bank ladder match because of Drew McIntyre. When is Jey Uso going to get his big moment? And as for LA Knight, he could have won it, but he just didn't. The second match of the night is the singles match for the Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn, the champion, versus Braun Breaker. Winner of the singles match and still the Intercontinental Champion, Sami Zayn. Well, this is not really too shocking to me that Braun Breaker didn't win. Obviously, the reason why Sami Zayn won is because they were in Toronto, Canada, and they didn't want Braun Breaker to beat him in Canada or whatever, so I think there's a future where Braun Breaker will win the Intercontinental Championship. I guess tonight was just not his night. In my predictions video, I was saying that everybody said that Braun Breaker is a future world champion. He definitely can win the Intercontinental Championship. Well, for me, I would say tonight was just not his night. Let's see. The third match of the night is the World Heavyweight Championship match. Damian Priest, the champion, versus Seth Rollins. Winner of the World Heavyweight Championship match and still the World Heavyweight Champion, Damian Priest. Yeah, I'm not really too surprised by this because Damian Priest was the safe pick. Even though that rumor was going around about how Finn Balor was going to get involved and screw Damian Priest, and Damian Priest would leave the Judgment Day and Finn Balor would become the de facto leader. That's what I said in my Friday Night SmackDown news video. Rumors are a two-way street. Either they're going to be totally right or they're going to be totally wrong. And that rumor was totally wrong. So I made the good decision of going with the safe pick and saying that Damian Priest was going to win this match. Now, where does this put Seth Rollins? Well, as long as Damian Priest is World Heavyweight Champion, he cannot fight for the World Heavyweight Championship ever again. So that's what happened there. The fourth thing is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Io Sky versus Chelsea Green versus Lara Valkyria versus Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi versus Zoe Stark. Winner of the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, Tiffany Stratton. Well, Tiffany Stratton won. And I can't really say I'm too surprised. Just like Jey Uso and LA Knight, them two being the favorites in the men's Money in the Bank, Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton were the favorites going into this match. And people have been saying for at least three to 4 months now that Tiffany Stratton was the favorite to win the Money in the Bank ladder match, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And they were correct, and I agreed with them. I think Tiffany Stratton deserves it because, like I said, she's a great wrestler. The fans love her. The fans cheer her, even though she's a bad guy, heel. She did a lot of great work in NXT, so I think she deserves it. And the fifth match of the night is a 6-man tag team match. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens versus The Bloodline. Winners of the 6-man tag team match, The Bloodline. Yep, I'm not really too surprised by this outcome. So, what is the match of the night? Well, the match of the night for me, I would say, is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I would say it was the best Money in the Bank ladder match on the whole entire show. I'm not saying the men's Money in the Bank ladder match was bad. It wasn't. I just didn't like the finish, and I didn't like Drew McIntyre winning. That's just my opinion. I feel like either Jey Uso or LA Knight should have won. But hey, what are you going to do? I would say the underdog match of the night is the World Heavyweight Championship match. There was a lot of stakes going into this match for both wrestlers. It was overall a great match. Both put on a great show. Both had something to lose in this match. And Seth Rollins lost, so he can never fight for the World Heavyweight Championship again as long as Damian Priest is champion. Honorable mention. I would say my honorable mention is probably going to be the 6-man tag team match. Overall, it was a good match. And those were my reactions for Money in the Bank 2024. And if you guys like this video, please don't forget to please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Period.